Looks like, would it be fair to say you got everyone available this week?
Good observation, yes. The 2 weeks or the 10 days has been good for us, allowed some guys to just get over some niggly injuries.
So what did you have to do with Christian? Was he ever a concern, or was it just that one game where he was feeling sore?
Oh, when he misses in the fashion where he subs himself out and he doesn't come back, you're always concerned. But when we got back to Perth and he had the scans and everything, just some swelling of the knee that made it difficult for him to move on that night. Last week he had some valuable time off and he's been practicing all this week.
Was it a nervy time when you see him come up? You say pretty tough bloke to not want to play.
Yeah, look, when the information you get told that he cannot return for the game, you know, or my mind goes to, I wonder the severity of it, because as you said, he finds a way to play and soldier through. So it was a concern until we got back and the medical staff took care of it.
How will you manage the guys who have flown around the world in the past couple of days to play?
Yeah, look, very, very mindful of that. Just not in the near future, because we back up Sunday and then the following week we have another 2 games in that weekend. So, being mindful of that, but then with everyone hopefully back from injury and being able to fulfill their roles, like we have the depth and we have ways of making sure we keep those guys fresh and be mindful of the travel that they've had.
Is that less minutes?
We'll see tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will dictate that.
So it's a bit of a godsend for you then that you have got the unique fixture of the 2 games at home, so you don't have to chuck them back on another plane again.
Absolutely, and then from our own scheduling point of view, the 3 weeks leading up to FIBA, we couldn't find a way to navigate the Friday, Sunday, so we get another chance to do that, but staying at home.
I know he said he's okay, but Bryce with the taping on his hand or thumb, is he all good?
Yes, Bryce has been practicing the whole time since he's been back for the Southeast Melbourne game. He's been full tilt like that. The thumb thing has just been something that he's dealt with a little bit over his career, and the brace is more just a safety protocol from his standpoint.
And even the rib thing, how did he come through those games?
Yeah, like terrific, and anyone that knows Bryce, he's going to make sure that he's ready to come back and perform at the level, and you saw that like straight back into the heavy minutes and so forth. So it was great to see, and the professionalism during that time away, he keeps himself in great shape.
And no soreness as a result, like after coming back? Nothing that he's noticed different?
No, not at all. And, that's a dedication to him in the way that he takes care of himself away and behind the scenes. As you saw the result, how he bounced back, coming back against Southeast. And then it was just good to have a quick turnaround and hit the road so he could put his body through that. We had the time off and now he's ready to roll again.
How important is this little period, especially this run of 4 games, I guess? How important is it now at the juncture of the season we're at?
Yeah, like it's an important part of the season in the fact that we've had good moments, we've played well in patches, but we really haven't got any true momentum. So hopefully this break's allowed us to, get a little bit of momentum with the schedule coming out of it. So first of all, we've got to take care of business Friday.
You mentioned the guys flying around the world before. Obviously, Henschel's one of those and had such a great game against Thailand. Has he been back with a bit of a spring in his step?
Look, all 3 guys, and history would say anytime someone goes away and represents their country, they usually come back with a little bit more vigor. Just because of the type of people you're around, you see it from a different point of view. And like with him and Etan, like they're both teenagers. They'll probably tell me they're 20, but in my eyes they're teenagers. So they'll have a good energy about themselves after going through their experience.
I think the last several sort of games as well sort of been win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. How do you, I guess, get some momentum rolling so that it's not win-loss, win-loss?
Yeah, like that's what we're trying to navigate our way through and figure out. And mentioned before how that Friday Sunday home road, well, we get a chance to get a home double in the same atmosphere. So I think that'd be a great way to get some momentum.
Bateman's been talked about quite a lot already, but you face him again tomorrow night. What actually has to change on the court? Do you think we've heard a little bit about team structure and that sort of thing, but what actually sort of changes there? Yeah,
so it's a hot topic. It's a hot question. I've had 2 weeks to watch a lot of Bateman film from all facets of life. The thing that really opened my eyes and surprised me about him, because I've had some time to really sink my teeth into it, is he capitalizes on team structures, defensive lapses, or just when you just relax that minute, and it's just not for Perth Wildcats. When you watch other film, like, you can tell there's a level of frustration because he's exceptional at capitalizing when someone relaxes. The other thing he does is he accumulates points in transition. He's opportunistic there, and then probably a statistic that's probably undervalued is when they offensive rebound, like, they have a great knack, and he has a terrific knack of being open to get out the kick out three. So you know, it's a combination of things, rhythm, but having time to look at him, I give him credit for the way that he capitalizes on the right moments in the game. That you can have the greatest scheme in the world, but offensive rebound kickouts and in transition, like, they're tough to defend.
So when you look at the Goulding game and the Bateman game combined, there was never one specific person who was responsible for either of them. They both scored over the top of a lot of different guys. Have you looked at who your best option might be to just lock down on someone when they are going as hot as those two guys were?
Like, that's a very simplistic answer or rationale behind it, but you know, the guy defending him has his job, the guys off the ball, on the ball, they have their job, and that's where I come back to. He does a great job of understanding the moment of when the team relaxes in their philosophy in defense, and he capitalizes, and, like, he's shooting the three at over 50% right now in the season, which is remarkable. So you give someone like himself or Chris Goulding that opportunity, it's tough. But then I come back to how do they get in that rhythm or that moment? It's like, we turn the ball over, he gets a transition three, which is an uncontested shot, and it's our offense that allows that to happen. Offensive rebounds, kickouts, you know, that's tough. So that allows a guy to get momentum. So I know everyone's concerned about addressing this, but everyone plays their part in executing the game plan, and give him credit, he's a good player as well.
I suppose what I was more looking at is when you look at Bryce and when teams have success on him, it's always been one guy goes to him for 5 or 6 minutes and the next guy goes on to him. And is that just the way that people have managed to have any sort of success on Bryce, or is that a tactic that you can use with any of your guys specifically for when someone gets hot?
Look, my cop-out answer for that would be Doolittle is usually that guy for us, because Bateman's a physical guard, and Doolittle has a physical presence, but he wasn't on the floor, and he has a willingness to take on those moments. You know, like, I felt like Dylan Windler did a good job, but you know, the way we are defensively with our schemes in transition, like, you need to be responsible, but we just did not do a good job on certain possessions where we just took it upon ourselves to take ownership of just stopping the guy.
Be fair to say everyone will be well and truly honed in on him tomorrow night?
Look, absolutely. Like, if 51 doesn't get your attention, it never will. But in saying that, like, it's a team sport. We can't forget about the other guys that they have on their team as well. And we see that with Bryce, or when Bryce wasn't playing. Like, teams have good players, so yes, you need to stick to your schemes and do all of that. But it's a team sport, and everyone needs to be doing their job in that moment.